similar type of team fight going on. And as we say that, we are getting ready to go into this game one of today's NSI 2022 games. The first game between Xee My Wrath and Green Eggs and Spam. This game is going to be very important. So let's see who wins this one.
Yeah, very interesting here. So it seems the top they are going over to that top side. Looking at the things the team is going together, they are trying to. It seems as if they are trying to go for a cheesy pick here onto the Darius. So this would be big for this Wukong, especially if this does go through. But it seems like there's a normal 5-man procedure from coming out from Green Eggs here, knowing that just playing safe, guarding all the entrances of this map. So there's no big fights happening here. Is what ends up happening. So yeah, just normal starts here from the teams. Sweeper purchase for the Orianna, and it seems as if this Olaf will be starting over at the blue side of this map, or walking down. So they will be starting at the opposite sides of this map. So it seems that they won't be meeting in that skull crab. So we just need to see how both teams play this out, especially in the mid lane. You know, the mid lane so far has been able to dictate which jungler gets the scuttle the easiest. So knowing this matchup, range versus melee, this should be an Orianna push lane.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. But I mean, as you mentioned, Ornn does have a lot of damage, but will he translate into ganks, right? Or is this going to be one of those champions that farms until 6, and then that's when he shows up onto the map? Obviously, you know, those farming junglers still can look for skirmishes within the jungle, but if the fights aren't happening within the jungle, then as I mentioned before, without that terrain, Ornn is at quite a bit of a disadvantage. We do see Fizz trading quite aggressively here, but as you said, Orianna just getting free autos, free poke onto that Fizz, range versus melee. So we mentioned top, we mentioned mid. Now that we know where the different champions are, bring me some information about this bot matchup. Who do you think is going to win this one?
I mean, if in terms of bot lane matchup, both these AD carries are considered quote-unquote scaling, but you know, Jinx is more of that hyper scaler that we know. But an infinite scaler in Senna with that souls, you know, the ability to just not build crit but still have crit built in is one of those Senna advantages. It is that fasting Senna, so it means in the middle of this game, this Senna and this Amumu, in terms of this duo, will have a stronger power spike. But as we talk about this Ornn is pathing towards mid.
Yeah, it might be a gank here. There is terrain available. They might look for the knockup here. Flashing and grabbing a flash from the mid laner. Great play by the Ornn, making use of that terrain and abusing the fact that if Orianna didn't flash there, that's possibly a kill given over to Fizz, and did not want that advantage. There's a flash advantage here. Fizz going aggressively onto this Orianna. Orianna managing to get the slow. Olaf is around, but they don't look to fight here. Ornn is also around here. We do see now a 2v2. Trading aggressively is this Orianna. Ornn now having to use that dash to go away, and the sad B understanding that this Olaf was able to cover very safely, and a decent trade for them overall, chipping down some HP onto this Ornn.
Yep, great cover coming out from the Olaf there, knowing that an invade coming
we might see an invade here. Okay, Olaf now going very aggressively. Smite already used by this Olaf. We will see rotation probably, but this is just damage coming out from the Olaf, and Olaf just abusing this Ornn, bringing him down to half HP. Both mid laners half HP, but we do see the Wukong available here. Fizz going forward, getting that first blood, using that ignite, but Wukong is now here. Fizz now flashing over the wall. You see the Ornn available here. Ornn is trying to slow down and keep them from going onto this Fizz. Will Fizz be able to escape? Let's see. Fizz managing to get away, and it looks like he will be able to back safely, and Wukong going back top. Yes, so Fizz manages to escape, but now we see Olaf chasing after the Ornn. Ornn is now being slowed constantly, and he brings him down to a third of HP, but Darius is now here to cover for this. Wukong is also around again. Orianna used her teleport, so she can join into this fight if she needs to. Flash used by the Olaf, and now Olaf gets taken down by Señor stab. Great kill for the Darius. Now Wukong getting a lot of damage and a kill going over to Orianna. So a very bloody skirmish, just kill for kill, constantly being traded back and forth. Overall, though, it is a positive for Green Eggs and Spam.
Yeah, I mean, the pathing of this Ornn has been amazing so far. Going to red and then Raptors, and actually this is the big part here. Going for the Gromp and then the gank. Didn't lose out in EXP, was toe-to-toe action EXP even up until that point to this Olaf, who also responded great with to that Ornn, knowing that, okay, the Ornn only had 12 CS by the time there, so if Ornn has his blue up, it means he's going to take his bottom side farm. But looking around the map right now, Ornn didn't even lose a Scuttle Crab there. At least didn't lose bottom side Scuttle, and is actually taking this top side Scuttle right now, but respecting this Olaf, who has done a lot of damage, does give up the Scuttle Crab there, so unfortunate caster curse there a little bit. But yeah, double crab here. Wow, super caster curse. He didn't lose one, but he still lost two.
But you have to mention, right? There is a lot of good vision coming out from Green Eggs and Spammer this top side. They can track this Olaf very aggressively now because of all of the wards that have been placed in his blue side jungle. Of course, now we do also see a little bit of an advantage going over to this Jinx. Very aggressive trades coming in from the mid lane while Orianna continues to chase this. Looks like they will just leave the fight as is. There is a big minion wave on the side of Xee My Wrath. But yeah, one thing I want to point out, it is indeed the farming Amumu, and Senna is the support. So there is a bit of an advantage there, obviously, because you know Amumu is going to have a difficult time trying to farm against two ranged people in his lane. But and you know, on top of that, once this Jinx gets her back, right, she did secure that bot side scuttle as well. Oh, but Orianna, great shockwave, pulling back the Fizz, preventing him from doing any more damage. Great use of the E to escape the Olaf Q, and he manages to escape with his life. It looks like there was a fight there as Fizz's Chum the Waters is on cooldown. Both trying to go for a solo kill, but neither side managing to finish the other off.
I mean, great usage of the Trickster there, coming out from the Fizz, staying safe, not losing out on much, and on EXP.
Oh, but a root coming in here, and now they're just a lot of damage. Barrier used by the Senna, but Ornn is around. They could look for a fight here. Senna hiding this Ornn and flashing forward, but Jinx also flashing away defensively. Now we do see the Seraphine getting caught out. Seraphine does have the flash. There is a second charge available, and the bandage toss manages to take her down. There are a lot of summoners used there, though. Ornn did indeed commit the flash as well, and that was a great play and a great use of the E by Senna. Great use of the mist to make sure that the Ornn was not seen in that fight.
So far, this Ornn has had a more proactive approach in this map. That is usually what you want as a tank jungler. You know that you don't really win in the later game, but this is an Ornn, mind you, so that item spikes for the Ornn will hit. But waiting here, knowing Olaf is about to get spotted, they are trying to push this in, but he is spotted, so this Darius can just choose to play safe. But they're still
going in, but there is a wave, so they won't be able to do this. They might look for a dive here. No ultimate available for the Olaf just yet. There is a Cyclone available, but there is no Ragnarok. Cyclone going in, first charge used already. Darius being brought down to half HP, second charge does not connect, but the Darius popping Ghost to get away from that. So overall, that's a very worthwhile trade for this top side of Xee My Wrath. But look at the map. Fizz is now pathing towards them. There is no Cyclone to disengage them, and Ragnarok is still unavailable for this Olaf. He's still level 5. Will he get caught out here? Fizz looking for something here, but not spotted on vision, and he manages to escape. Wukong is also backing, and it looks like Wukong will escape with his life as well.
Wow, great EXP denial coming out from the top side of the map of Xee My Wrath there, knowing that, okay, this is a triple stack wave. Let's try to avoid the Darius from getting at least a wave there. But yeah, if you look around the map, CS leader right now, of course, is the Odin.
Chum the Waters used onto the Orianna. Orianna having the flash away once again. Shockwave used very aggressively. Manages to get the Ornn out, but the Ornn is now tanking the tower shots, and that is a great ignite by the Fizz. Ornn and Fizz, great kill. But now, responding on the top side is Xee My Wrath, going for this Darius. Darius has the ultimate available, uses it, and grabs the Olaf. Kills him instantly, but there is still enough damage. But the healing, he manages to get the double kill. Huge outplay from this Darius, securing a double on the top side of Xee My Wrath.
But while all that happened, the Jinx did get a kill over to the Ornn. But yeah, that was a huge blunder coming out from the top side there. This Olaf is level 5 to Ornn, who has ganked way more, level 6 now. But yeah, to both junglers falling there to their respect during their ganks. But the big problem here is they tried to avoid this Darius from getting EXP, but instead they give over 2 big kills over to this Darius, so who's now 3-1, looking for that Triforce with that Sheen. Usually that is the build for the Darius, especially with the Stride Breaker not having a dash anymore. So yeah, I mean, this is just not looking good in the early game for Xee My Wrath, but again, they do have that insurance in the Jinx and in the scaling of this Orianna, so they need to calm down a little bit, avoid bleeding out gold.
Yeah, so I mean, you mentioned scaling, and the Seraphine is also going to be very impressive for scaling. Her passive is great for team fights, so we will get to see once those team fights happen. Obviously, all we've had so far are little skirmishes here and there, and Green Eggs and Spam have managed to stay on top of those, but things will be different in the mid game, right? Once the items start rolling in, once the gold starts getting onto the people.
Yes.
But once again, Chum the Water is used onto this Orianna. Orianna does not have an escape here, does still have the shockwave available, trying to get a hit to bring Fizz under tower. With Fizz bringing her down to about a fifth of her HP. Great trade by this Fizz, denying her even more experience.
Yep, great take here. Olaf known for one of the as one of those junglers who is really good at taking early drakes, especially because of that passive. But they look to be ganking this Fizz here.
Okay,
But I don't think anything would transpire here. Yep, that's it. And it should be a transition over to the top side for this whole team. If not, they should just walk over back bot. Yep. And this is a pretty, yeah, that's a very
you might
interesting
see the
move.
Darius get hit here. Darius is managing to take out this ward. Respecting the Darius after what happened earlier, understanding that he cannot fight that one-on-one. If they were not able to successfully do a 2-on-1, a 1-on-1 is almost suicide. Oh, great snare by the Seraphine, but this is just to poke and thin out the wave, make sure that they don't get a free push onto their tower.
Yeah, I mean, this bot lane is exactly where Xee My Wrath should be depending on. And as this jungler, yes, you want to be able to shut down this Darius, but at the same time, think about where can gold be most used at. And it would be on this Jinx, especially because this Darius now 3-in-1 should be a menace, especially in 2v1s. Depending on that.
Oh, but the Seraphine getting caught up here. Uses that encore very aggressively, but the Amumu still has the Crystal Sad Mummy. Amumu does not hit the bandage toss. There is a flash used by the Seraphine to get away from that, but that is a blunder, I would say, by the Amumu. If the Amumu hit the bandage toss, there might have been a fight that they could have turned. But great encore to disengage by the Seraphine. Orianna making sure to wait for the Playful Trickster to be unavailable, and that is huge. Understanding her trade windows and great play, even though she's been ganked early a lot here. Understanding the matchup and abusing it to the best as she can.
I mean, this is a very interesting Senna build. We haven't seen this in quite a while. This is that attack speed Senna on hit build that most likely will turn into that Kraken Slayer, but usually, especially lately with the farming Sennas, we've been seeing the rush of that Umbral Glaive. If I'm correct, yep. So that is the build that we've been seeing, especially in the pro play, in the pro scene. But yeah, electing for that even later on hit damage that does allow them to become one of those carries. Ornn is around it.
Here. They might start this with the Call of the Forge God. Both Call of the Forge God and Curse of the Sad Mummy is available, so if one CC hits here, this might be doom for the bot lane of Xee My Wrath. They are stopping the minions from going in. Call of the Forge God used onto the Seraphine, and now Seraphine getting caught out by everything. All the CC coming in. There is a teleport coming in by the Wukong. Wukong flashing after the Senna, and Senna flashing away, but still going down. Cyclone now used. First charge used onto the two members. Second charge used. There are all ultimates available, and Ornn having to flash over. Amumu has the flash, uses the Curse of the Sad Mummy to get away. That is a disengage ultimate, and that is huge, giving over a kill to this Wukong, right? This is a 1-for-1 overall, but there's a lot of XP lost. That being said, that teleport does give Darius a lot of free XP top here, so we will have to see who the overall winner. Oh, that is just straight up tower. Yeah.
Straight up turret there. Wow, that Darius is so ahead. 6.2k gold to 4.1. That is a 2.1k gold difference. But with this Herald being picked up, great cross map response from the Olaf. But now with this tower gone, there's no defenses for this Olaf pretty much, and he's about
Darius might try to fight him 1-on-1 here. The Wukong is around. They might look for a fight here. Ragnarok's still available, but having to flash away. Understanding that's too risky. Ragnarok has been used. Darius flashing in and using that Noxian Guillotine. Are they going to get the second kill? And he's going to get that second kill. Another double onto Wukong and Olaf once again. This Darius is just a menace.
Yep, this is exactly why they want to avoid that gank over at the top side, because that allows this Darius to stack that passive even faster and even easier. Yes, they
Seraphine might get caught out here. Chum the Waters is available. Manages to dodge it, but the Fizz going in very aggressively here, using that ignite, and we do see the Seraphine once again using the encore, catching out the Senna here. But Fizz continuing to chase. Will she manage to get away? That is enough. But Orianna getting that kill. Super Mega Death Rocket used as well. Senna trying to get some poke onto this Orianna, but Jinx is now here. Ornn is also around, but so is Olaf, and they go for the 1-for-1. Overall, though, that is pretty worth it for the side of Xee My Wrath. That is a shutdown. Granted, it's over, and that's a shutdown given over to a carry of Xee My Wrath.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the items, they are looking for that later game damage. They have Kraken Slayer completed as well as that Leandry is completed. So, yeah, now they need to understand how to take care of this Darius, how to match this Darius without giving over any more free gold. But if you look over at the side of Green Eggs here, they have the bigger power spike for this upcoming Dragon fight. Their jungler does have that Forge Fire Crest completed. I mean, sorry, that Sunfire so far is just that completed item. Ludens as well completed for this Fizz, sorry, and this Darius has Triforce. So in terms of the top side of the map, they are stronger and they are sending all those members over to this dragon. So as Xee My Wrath here, I would just avoid a fight here. Try to get as much EXP on this Wukong over the top side because there is no TP on this Darius, and that is exactly what's happening. But it seems as if they're trying to go for a steal here, a cheeky steal, and yep, it just goes all
taken too quickly. Yeah.
yeah, this goes over for free. But again, this is Xee My Wrath's late game to win. They are the stronger late game team. The Jinx is ahead, but that is naturally because of the gold.
Amumu getting caught out here. Damage going in, and that was quite a lot considering that was just an E from or a W from Jinx and an E from Seraphine. But yeah, I mean that's we can already see where that damage is coming from. So we will have to see how those big team fights play out. We've seen some glimpses of it. We had that little skirmish that we had in the mid lane just now, but we haven't seen a true like 5-on-5 huge team fight just yet. And I'm excited for once we finally do.
There you go. Great response here from Xee My Wrath. Knowing that this Wukong already is behind, let's try to get him a little bit more gold. But also, great understanding here, knowing that, okay, we're making a topside play. Play safe bot lane. Try to not lose any gold there because they know that the Darius, a strong one, is there. They do just take the reset. Trade tower for tower here. Gets the charge. Great push here coming out from the top side of the map. Just
We're really going to be getting these Fast and Furious shots every time, huh?
Yeah, every time. Every time we see that, we're really going to get that Herald bashing his head straight into that turret. But yeah, just great cross-map plays from both teams right now. Xee My Wrath playing it safer now, not wanting to give up any more free gold over to this Green Eggs team who is fed. They are 3k behind, but yes, once the items does go, that balloons and that invisible gold that Ornn does give just balloons this gold lead into at least each item does give at least 3k worth of gold efficient gold. So I just really want to see how this Xee My Wrath team plays this out, especially in the late game.
I mean, you're talking about items. I want to see what that. Look at that Seraphine. Look at that first item, and I mean we've seen that as a very common build, especially in coordinated play, right? Rushing that over anything else because for those of you that don't know, Seraphine, the way her E works is if a target is just regular, it slows them. If they are slowed, they get rooted. If they're rooted, they get stunned. But they might go for the Darius here. 4 members available. They are going very directly for the Darius here, using that encore, extending onto the Wukong, managing to get that super mega death rocket and then the shutdown going over to the Wukong. Huge pick from Xee My Wrath, and that is a great play for them to push out this bot lane.
Yeah, great knowledge coming out from Xee My Wrath here. These are exactly what teams have not been able to do against these two teams. It's just punish the side lane over aggression coming out from the Darius, and they have great Oh, he's not actually spotted by that ward. Yeah, he isn't.
Well, he is now.
Never mind.
He is out.
You know what? Yeah, he is out. But yeah, that is exactly. I mean, yeah, just great. This is exactly what the teams has not been able to respond to in terms of this split push over aggression in the split push. But
Olaf might be punished here for his over aggression. The knockup coming in very quickly from the from the Ornn rather. But the Ornn having to flash away, understanding that the Orianna is a huge shockwave, grabbing 2 members. Senna now having to flash away. Great curse of the sad bombing there, but Olaf flashing in does have the Ragnarok available. Uses that Gore Drinker, trying to get that kill onto the Amumu, but falls before that happens. And now the fight has been turned on their heads. Fizz coming in here, and the Darius is here as well. Malkman falling very quickly. The Wukong going down here. Seraphine trying to get away now, but the Darius is chasing. Manages to get that stun from the double proc. Overall, 2 for 1. That is so huge for Green Eggs and Spam. And while that looked horrible for them at first, that is a great turnaround from their team.
Yeah, I mean now this should transition over to losing, at least getting some damage onto that mid turret. They won't be able to get this fully, but oh, they're going in.
Seraphine exhaust used onto the Fizz. Fizz choosing Faithful Trickster. Does get ready here, but he does have the Zhonya's available. The traps are available, and now he's just getting perma CC'd here. And great. The Jinx is now excited. Will the Jinx continue to chase after this? Darius is around. Will they look for something here? A teleport coming in. This is going to be Wukong, I believe. Yeah, Wukong going in, but there is a root coming in from the Senna, perfectly timed and denying any chance of a turn from Xee My Wrath.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you realize this. A lot of the times, the ultimate of this Jinx has been trying to get those kills, but always just a millisecond late. But finally gets a big shutdown here on to the Fizz, who was 4-1 there, gets a lot of gold. So this Jinx should be completing that Berserker Greaves and other items as well. But that means with that super late reset from this team, this means the Green Eggs team should have a positional advantage in this dragon, which I mean, it is the second dragon. This does allow them to stack it even faster, but it is just the second dragon for this Green Eggs team. So as Xee My Wrath, they shouldn't be looking to take this fight because they are still not the stronger team.
Yeah, I mean, both teams look to be fishing for picks here, both wanting to get a pick on the other team so that they can have the fight go in their favor. Both are now doing this dragon dance, but once again, Green Eggs and Spam have position as they did during the second dragon. They are moving back though. We do see Darius in the mid lane. And yeah, the Orianna is engaging them. This might be a split fight here. We do see a lot of poke coming in from the Seraphine and from this Jinx, but we will have to see where that leads up to. There is vision provided. They don't see anything just yet. Will they look to go in here? Dragon is going down. They are looking for a fight. I believe they're looking for a fight here. They're backing off, dragging out the dragon, but the dragon resets. Okay. A fight might break out here. We will see ultimates are available on all sides. And huge shockwave, huge cyclone, and huge encore. What a wombo combo! But lots of health bars are going down here. Amumu going onto the Seraphine down, but Jinx has a lot of damage in the back, and they managed to get an ace onto Green Eggs and Spam. What a wombo combo from Xee My Wrath!
Wow, that was totally unbelievable wombo combo there coming out from Xee My Wrath. Even I didn't expect that combo. That's how fast that was executed. Just great shockwave. Cyclone combo there. The ball delivery did work out there in the end. Usually we know the cow delivery system there. This time we have the monkey delivery system right there. But this Wukong is starting to get stronger. And yeah, cool camera play there from
I think okay, let's process how that fight worked. Wukong went in, Orianna ult, Seraphine ult, and then Jinx ult. And then it was just too much damage. Like the health bars were too low for them to turn the fight. So great wombo combo by Xee My Wrath, and that was great positioning by them. Actually, I believe if they had earlier positioning and were not fighting into the pit, I don't think they would have had the position to make that wombo combo work. So by being at a disadvantage with their position, they ended up putting themselves in a team fight advantage, which is amazing, right? That is amazing team fighting, and that's exactly what what we highlighted earlier when it came to these matchups, right? That was a great attempt by Green Eggs. They managed to get members back from Xee My Wrath after that huge wombo was done onto them, but at the end of the day, there was just too much damage that came in too quickly from Xee My Wrath, and just overall very well played. Of course, in terms of what it translated to, it was 2 tier 1 turrets and the dragon. And we will have to see if Xee My Wrath can continue to take fights like that, and if they can continue to narrow down the lead that... Oh, no, I believe... No, they're in the lead now, yes.
Yeah, they're in the lead. Yeah, I mean...
Onto this lead, rather.
Yeah, just think about it right now. This Wukong is suddenly now able to go toe-to-toe against this Darius, who is now just 600 gold up, who, mind you, was like 2k gold up in terms of items, in terms of gold, but like now there is Death Stance, there is that Divine Thunder. This is just now almost even ground for the Wukong. Granted, again, you don't want to take long fights against this Darius, but yes, the Wukong can now match the side lane pressure this Darius is putting. But yeah,
I don't know if you saw that graph, but
yeah, the gold graph, yeah, that is pretty much. I don't know. I think happy birthday to the broadcaster again. But yeah, I mean, if you look over after that fight, this Jinx completed the Runans again. Why is this item so big for this Jinx? It is because this is again one of those 4 melee 1 range team comps, and that Runans will have so much usefulness in the next upcoming fights.
Oh, we might see, speaking of fight, we might see something break out here. Senna was moving very aggressively and she masked the Amumu. Something could have broken out there, but both teams decided to disengage. A lot of respect coming from both teams, understanding that they weren't at full power and decided not to risk, any picks coming out before, around this Baron pit especially. But we do see a Baron take happening here. I mean, the Jinx is very strong. This could happen really quickly. We will see. Yeah, they're not spotted out at all. They're not. I don't believe they're going to be found out either. That blue ward might reveal that they are going for this Baron take, but this is a little bit too slow from Green Eggs and Spam, and just instantly taken down by the Xee My Wrath. Great Baron sneak, very similar to what they did last time, right? They snuck a Baron while the Malkman of the Camille was caught out, but we do see Cyclone catching out this Amumu. Amumu does still have this engage available. They are looking for a fight here. Great Shockwave, pulling back the Amumu, preventing him from going away, and just a disengage use of the Call of the Forge God, and what a great move forward by this proactive Wukong.
I mean, right now what we're seeing is again the side lane assignments happening, but this Fizz in the side lane isn't really going to be doing much damage. Yes, sure, they get that turret down, allows them to get more vision over from this side, but yeah, they just have the faster recalls now and can respond to this. But that was such a T1 dragon there. What a sneak there coming out from Xee My Wrath. They are chasing down this.
Oh, it looks like they are going to catch out the Fizz. Fizz using the Playful Trickster, trying to get onto the Jinx, but the Jinx has both summoners, and there's just too much CC in the way here, and the kill. Oh, unfortunate Super Mega Death Rocket. The kill was secured by the Olaf there. But great catch, and they're just getting pick after pick. Of course, that was very close for the Jinx, right? The Fizz almost killed her, blowing all of his sums, but at the same time she lost pretty much all of her defensive as well. So yeah, I mean, ADCs, am I right?
Yeah, AD carries are pretty much that's the life of an AD carry. But yeah, looking at this Senna build right now, this is very season 11, very similar to how you built Senna in season 11. Granted, it is not as strong as it was before, but it just isn't one of those builds that a lot of people build nowadays. But it is that Kraken Slayer into the Rage Blade. It is because that Rage Blade effect is different now, not as it was when it was newly made. I mean, the item was changed, the effect was different. But yes, this dragon again, they don't want to get caught in that same chokehold. But Green Eggs understanding, yes, they're stronger now. They have the Baron buff, and they're super strong now. They just give it over, and wow, soul point now for the Xee My Wrath team, and this is.
We might see a team fight here. We do. Oh, we have a catch onto the Amumu. Call of the Forge God is being used, and now the Seraphine being caught out by pretty much everybody here. Great pullback from the Shockwave, and the Jinx is doing free damage in the backline here. We do also have the teleport coming in from the Wukong. The fight is continuing. We do see the Jinx just continue to do free damage, and now the Senna going down, the Darius going down, the Senna having to flash away, and there is no flash available, but the Fizz just run down by this Olaf, and this might be the end. They might look for the end. They have Baron buff available. They might look for the end here. They are pushing this. Baron is, as we see in the top, Baron is still available for another 15 seconds. They're going to get this tier 3 tower. They're going to get the inhibitor, and the timers are still really long. This might be the end. Only Senna is here to defend against all 5 members of Xee My Wrath. Will they look for a second tower here? So first Nexus tower going down. Second Nexus tower going down. They're trying to catch out the Senna, trying to get that damage onto her. Senna trying to get another kill to end the game. Flashing forward, they get the kill onto her, and they end the game.
Wow.
Oh, for Xee My Wrath.
What a victory there. It was looking a little bit doomed.